Captain's Log. Stardate 10-16-49.47. Starfleet Intelligence has decoded the list of Reman targets that we recovered from the vault. We are to investigate one of those locations and determine why Obasek and his forces planned an attack there. The Fahar system is technically part of the Romulan Star Empire, but Ferengi speculators have moved in and the Empress has done nothing to remove them. The Ferengi have reopened the mines and are now doing business with anyone with platinum. We are to go to the Fahar system under the pretense of negotiating a possible trade agreement with the Federation. We are to talk to a Madran, an operator of the mines, and convince him to allow us access. Find out all we can. Once we know why Obasek and the Remans are targeting these mines, then we will be able to decide how to proceed. Also, I would like to note that we had been called back to Starfleet, to Earth Space Dock, where we were given a very welcome gift. A new retrofitted ship, the USS Meadowlark NCC 93010-A. We lost the original when we were helping with Klingon attack, and we were pulled through the temporal by the temporal agent, and now we have been reconnected with our ship. Though she looks a little different, she's still the same good old girl. You treat her like a lady, she'll always bring you home. Time. The ultimate frontier. These are the stories of the temporal agents. Their mission? To correct all anomalies, to keep space-time intact, and to boldly go where no one has gone before.
You're being recruited as a temporal agent. Since you're dead, we're giving you a role identity. Oh.
Klingons. Captain, the Remans were targeting a magnesite mine in this area, but the list we recovered didn't have its exact coordinates. I know we're in the right area, but all of the moons in this system are inhabited and our sensors are being affected by the magnesite. We'll need to contact each moon to try to determine which of the Remans we're actually targeting. Right. So, it is a needle in a haystack scenario. Well, time to put the new Meadowlark through her paces. Let's begin.
You've stuck your nose in our business for the last time, Starfleet. All ships, attack! Attack!
Right. No tests like live fire test. I say that was a successful test of our battle systems. So it's not that one. See if we have better luck here.
This moon is private property. No solicitors, beggars, or Starfleet allowed.
Right. They're not very hospitable around here, are they? This is a dangerous area, and it's only gotten worse since the destruction of Romulus. It might be difficult to get someone to trust us. Well, we got one more to try. One more.
Hello, my good friends. I'm so happy to meet you. Perhaps you are in the market for some high-quality magnesite? We have the finest ore in the quadrant. On behalf of the miners and residents here, I'm more than happy to welcome you to our home. Please transport to the surface. Unfortunately, the large amount of extremely pure magnesite ore in the core of our little world will interfere with your sensors. For safety reasons, I must insist that you use the transporter signal enhancers that I have installed at my own expense. Also, I know you Starfleet types are so fond of your away teams, but could you please restrict the number of crew you bring down to the surface? My people here aren't used to strangers, and you wouldn't want to disrupt their work, would you?
Right. Nolan to transporter room. Preparing away team. Energize. Alright, Tarsi. Keep a lookout. Stay alive. Let's try to make this fast. Rather not cause an interstellar incident here. Not a very relaxing sorry. vacation spot, is it?
I last saw him 2 days ago. Madron assigned both of us to work in the upper levels of the mine. Toshin's drill bit broke, and he needed a new one. I know I should have gone with him. It's not safe to be in the mine alone. Now he's gone.
Why isn't it safe to be in the mine?
There's a group of people down there who treat the mine like it's their own. I don't know why Madron tolerates them, but they make life miserable for the rest of us. They steal and terrorize the weak. I once saw them dragging a woman to the lower levels, and I never saw her again. She wasn't the only one. Many people have disappeared. I thought if my brother and I kept our heads down, that we would be safe, but maybe they took him. Murderers. Murderers. If they killed my brother, I'll kill them all.
Is there anything else I should know?
If you go into the mine, watch for the silver spheres. There are creatures in the dark. Devils. They're made of stone. Nothing can hurt them, and their touch burns. I have seen them moving around in the tunnels. Anywhere you see the silver spheres, the monsters are not far away.
Right. Come on, Darcy. Let's get this meeting over with. That must be our guy.
On behalf of everyone on this forsaken rock, let me be the first to welcome you to Hathar. As you can see, we don't have time for pleasantries, and I'm not sharing my Tranya stash with you. So, why don't we skip the chit-chat and get down to business?
Of course. I've heard you are an excellent source of magnesite. What makes your mine better than the others in this sector?
Unfortunately, I cannot call this mine my own. I'm just a middleman. Out of the goodness of my heart, I help the residents here pass on the products of their hard work to commercial entities such as yourself. The minuscule transaction fee and trade tariff I keep to offset my expenses is figured into the unit cost of the ore. My operation has become one of the best in the area because of the high demand for my services from both sides. I provide the best mining equipment and supplies in the sector to the miners, while my customers get competitive pricing on the ore they need.
Do you have any more information about the mines themselves?
I don't pay much attention to that. Miners have empty carts and they return with ones filled with ore. If you're that interested, you could visit the mines themselves, but I don't recommend it. It's such a dirty, disagreeable business, and I'm convinced that breathing ore dust for too long is terrible for you. The miners who live near my quarters used to keep me up night after night with their dreadful coughing. I had to install soundproofing just to get some sleep. Are you sure you wouldn't rather have... Are you sure you wouldn't rather look at the ore I have for sale?
Thanks, but I'd like to talk to the miners first.
Really? yourself. Just remember, I have an exclusive contract to export magnesite ore from this moon. If you try to cut me out of your deals, you'll regret it.
I just have a few questions before we conduct any business. I'll be back when I'm done. Madron won't answer any questions about the Remnants why the Remnants might be targeting this place for fear or of scaring us away from a possible sale. Perhaps if we ask some of the locals about what's going on here, they'll be able to provide more information. Ready, Tarsi?
I'm sorry. I really can't talk at the moment. I have to finish a survey of the area so the miners can start work on a new mine shaft.
Is there anything I can do to help?
As much as I'd appreciate someone else to lug around this heavy equipment, it's all very delicate, and I'd only trust a capable scientist to help me.
No, if I encounter someone who can help, I'll send them your way. True stranger. You always lived here?
Well, my family and I have been here all our lives. It's a hard life, but it's all I know. And my mother used to tell me tales of the home world. She'd talk about the plazas in Rate or vacations she spent with her father on the shores of the Apnic Sea. And she would tell me about my father, who gave up his place in the military evacuation ship so she could live. He never knew he had a child. She would tell me these stories, and later, when she thought I was asleep, she would cry.
Tell me about Madran.
He charges us too much and pays too little. He's like everyone else in this world, out for himself. He doesn't let us starve. And if a child needs medicine, they get it. And many here grumble and hate him. But I cannot. If I were in his position and his life was in my hands, can I say that I would act any differently than he does?
What can you tell me about this area?
Stay in the settlement. Don't go down into the mine. And whatever you do, don't leave this area. I do not wish you harm, stranger. And there are many dangers here. There is a group. They rule the mine. And they are dangerous. Even Madron fears them. If you avoid them, they will ignore you. Now defy them, and they will turn on you. Last week, a good man died because he would not give them what they wanted. He was not the first. There are many monsters on this moon that you would be wise to avoid. Outside of the settlement, there are packs of wild animals. If you take a warrigal from its mother when it's very young, it can be tamed. If you wait too long, they are savage. Packs of wild warrigal roam the edges of our settlement. Often they prowl the refuse piles, looking for scraps of food. A pack of warrigal can kill even a strong man. You must be careful when you are in their territory. And they are not the only monsters here. The miners tell stories about creatures made of stone who could burn you to cinders. I have not seen one of these creatures myself, but I know that many people who enter the mine do not leave it.
Have you seen anyone suspicious around here?
You're the first outsider I've seen in a long time. There's no reason for anyone to want to come here.
Alright, well, thank you.
can't talk to you. I can't talk to anyone. I'm on the run. And if those thugs see me talking to you, then you'll be in danger too.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I need someone who's not afraid of a fight. There's a group here that's beating and stealing from us. Madryn doesn't do anything to stop it. For all I know, he's getting a cut of everything they take. They're making life miserable for all of us. Would you be willing to help?
Count me in.
There's a group of bullies that have been stealing from us. If we don't give them what they want, they beat us. I had a friend. All he was trying to do here was feed his family. Be a good man. He had an old bottle of ale. He said it was from the home world. One of those thugs wanted it. Now, my friend is dead. I'm too weak to stop them, I know that. And now I have my friend's children to feed in addition to my own. But if someone were to teach them a lesson, this camp would be a better place for all of us.
Okay.
I don't have time to talk to you right now. I need to repair this drill so I can make a living.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Not unless you know an engineer who'd be willing to take a few moments out of their busy schedule to help me fix this hunk of junk.
If I encounter anyone who can help, I'll send them your way. Okay. Let's keep up the work, Tarsi. Welcome. Right. Okay. Let's see if we can get some information now.
Thank you. Those guys have been giving everyone a lot of trouble. These thugs are part of a larger group that operates deep inside the magnesite mine. They control the lower levels, and no one who goes down there uninvited ever comes back. I don't know what's so important down there that's worth hurting us to protect it. Maybe if you went down there, you could get some answers.
Hey. Hey, Tarsi. Let's head back to Madryn. Confronted. John?
You want to go in the mine? Are you really interested in buying any magnesite? Or are you just here to cause trouble? Because if it's the last one, I know someplace you can start a little ruckus. There's a gang that controls the bottom levels of the mine. They won't even let me in there. Previously, I allowed them to keep their little kingdom in exchange for information. But lately, they've been more trouble than they're worth. And the intel they're feeding me is useless. Honestly, who doesn't know about the green invasion of the fairy space?
I'll take that information to heart. Come on, Darcy. We have some answers to find out. I'm gonna dig up. Get it? It's a mining pun. Never mind. Alright, Darcy. See what kind of trouble we can get into.
What do you want?
I'd like to enter this area.
This area is restricted. Only people my friends and I like may enter. And I don't like you.
Maybe if you got to know me a little better, you'd learn to like me.
You don't belong here. I'm done talking with you. Leave now. Suffer the consequences.
Well, it's been a pleasure wasting my time with you.
What do you want? This area is restricted.
I wonder if you'll
Only
like
people
my weapon.
friends and-
I didn't want to have to do that. Left me no choice. Come on, Darcy. Right. Okay. Captain, there are a series of pressure plates located in this area. They're low-tech, but the Romulans may have had to resort to outdated security measures because of interference from the magnesite veins in this cavern. The problem is that the magnesite is making our tricorders almost useless. If there's anything on this moon that the Remnants would want to eliminate badly enough to use Thalaran weapons, it has to be here. We're going to have to figure out how to use the pressure plates to reveal whatever the Romulans were trying to hide. I suspect that we need to activate 2 of them to open the door. Makes sense. Am I just supposed to... Interesting. Very interesting. Scanner shows large amount of enemies up ahead. Tarsi, be ready.
I give you a clear command. You are blind.
With all due respect, sir, there is a difference between protecting the Empire from her enemies and provoking.
There is much here you do not understand. The Romulans need to know their place. As do you. I will not forget your insubordination, Commander. The Tall Shiar has no place for officers who cannot follow orders. I'll be in the command center.
Colonel, they were civilians. Their blood is on our hands.
Get used to it. There will be more. Speaking of which, why don't you clean out the brig before you become a resident there?
Right. Alright. Come on, Tarsi. Observed from hollow feed on Cardassia Prime, Data Council petitions Federation to fund grants and infrastructure projects. Okay. Observed from captured hollow readings of Delta Quadrant. Tile. Starfleet Academy. Captain Sulu has applied for transfer to the front lines Klingon conflict. Admiral Quinn, under medical care for heart condition, intercepted Starfleet medical records indicate that the condition is fully treatable and not a suitable target for exploitation. 7th Fleet encountered neutral zone as part of the routine series of exercises. Franklin Drake, heading extended operation in Eta Eridani. Starfleet Command considering new tactics in conflicts with True Way. Starfleet Intelligence concerned with rise in war, profiteering by independent Ferengi and Dopterians. They're spying on us. Tarsi? Oh.
I almost feel sorry for you, but I have my own neck to work. I'll be joining you in there soon enough. If Hakeem has his way, we all will.
Good luck. Commander!
Enough! I surrender. I value my life more than the Tal Shiar's secrets. I'll tell you anything you want to know. But first, you must tell me why you are here and what you want.
Why does the Reman resistance want to destroy this base?
The Remans know about this base? Impossible! Only the leadership of the Tal Shiar know we're here. The Empress herself couldn't find us. I don't believe you, but it makes no difference. This is not a military installation. We listen and record here. Nothing more. There are many targets that those Bremen scum would find much more tempting.
Enough of these lies.
Are you sure you want to end things like this?
Apparently. Oh! I didn't want it to end that way, Commander. I really didn't. Up and at him, Tarsi. We're not done yet. We were drilling near when we broke through a wall into a chamber that hadn't appeared on our scans. Blasted magnesite blocks everything. Sensors, tricorders, they're all useless. The chamber is large and should be suitable for an expansion of the base. There were several spherical orbs in it. We have yet to determine the nature of these orbs, but Janek thinks they are pretty. She kept one for her quarters. I've asked for permission to study the orbs. They remind me of a Federation report I read once. I can't remember the details, but it was something about the Janus system. Ensign Krimen is dead. Hakiv ordered him to explore the tunnels. We found organic remains, and his fully discharged disruptor was nearby. Looked like he had been melted. I think we should wall off this section of the mine and not disturb the creature down here. 6 people have already died, 5 are minors and therefore expendable, but Krimen showed promise. I know that in time he would have been a fine officer. I've asked Colonel Hakiv to request reinforcements. If he's determined to kill people exploring this mine, let him kill recruits. Woohoo! Parsi, you gotta watch out for that stuff. Hello. No kill, no kill. It's burned deep into the floor of the chambers. Be at peace. Interesting creature. I know what a Horda is, just so you guys know. Just role playing. As soon as they said something about orbs, silver orbs, melting people, I knew exactly what it was. What's this? Okay. Put an end to this.
How did you find this place? What else do you know? No matter. You won't be revealing anything to your superiors. It's disappointing I cannot give you a proper interrogation, but I have much to do in little. The self-destruct sequence has begun. This base will be your tomb.
Come on, we have to hurry. Run! Come on, Tarsi! I hope that Horda will be alright. Something tells me that they are more than equipped to handle such a thing. If anything, this will bring in more peace. The whole place is coming down! Everybody out! I think we should pay Madron a little visit. Good work, Tarsi. I think I'll put in for an award for you. Handled yourself well. I don't know if that's actually possible in this game or anything. I just trying to play with it, you know.
My mind! What have you done to my mind?
There was a infestation of Tal Shiar spies in there. I just fumigated.
Tal Shiar? I'm shocked. I had no idea. I certainly wouldn't have sent you down there if you... Say, you didn't happen to find anything Because if you did, remember, I have an exclusive contract.
Stop with the lies, Madron. I know you knew who and what was down there.
And what's it to you? This is a rough area of the Quadrant, you know, and they're good neighbors. If you're not easily embarrassed, their cameras and listening devices are everywhere. I haven't had a single problem with Orions or Herodians since they moved in. And it doesn't hurt that I acquired the odd bit of information here and there. I'm a businessman, and information is big business.
Do you know anything about what they recently discovered?
Unfortunately, no. I'll admit, I was trying to find out, but their systems were locked down tight. I'm sure whatever it was had to be big news. Everyone was on edge. Janet and Hakeem were barely speaking, and I once heard Hakeem mumbling something about orders. Someone pulling his strings, but I don't know who. I do know Tal Shiar takes security very seriously. If you manage to pull any files from their system, you can expect them to be heavily encoded. Trust me on that. I speak from experience. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go talk 100 Romulans into digging a new mine to replace the one you destroyed. My profit margin for this month is ruined.
Treat those miners well, Madron, or I'll be back. Madron doesn't seem to know much, Captain. Or at least he's not willing to part with that information he knows without being paid. I don't think he can help us anymore. We should return to the ship and try our luck at decrypting the files we recovered from the Tal Shiar. I'm sure that they will be more useful than anything Madron has to say. Nolan the Metal Arc, energize.